Well, folks, we are picking things back up today, and there is plenty to catch up on across the charts. SPY is testing support inside a large symmetrical triangle. Oil dropped hard after news that the U.S. was dropping plans for an upscaled attack. HYG is broken down from its symmetrical triangle. Bitcoin is ranging near key moving averages, and gold is hovering around the $4,000 level, right at a resistance trend line. So we're coming back into the charts with several major decision points already on deck. Let's get back into what Grok Trade is seeing across the charts. And quick reminder before we walk through the setups. This is not financial advice, not a buy or sell recommendation, and not a reason to chase, short, panic, or force a trade just because price is sitting near an important level. Grok Trade is sharing market commentary, technical analysis, chart-based perspective, and trader education. So trade the chart in front of you, manage your risk, and speak with a qualified financial advisor for guidance specific to your situation.
It is Monday, July 27th, 2026, and it's honestly just great to be back looking at these charts after a few days away. The overarching theme across all those tickers you just rattled off is, well, extreme tension.
Oh, absolutely. And if you're watching SPY today, you're probably feeling that pressure firsthand. It's holding onto that support trend line inside the triangle, but it is sitting dangerously below those 20-day and 50-day moving averages.
Yeah, it's a really tight spot.
Right. It's essentially like standing on a fragile trapdoor while a heavy concrete ceiling is just, slowly lowering right above you.
That is a perfect way to put it. And, the hinge on that trapdoor is confirmation. This brings up a core piece of trading wisdom here.
Right.
You don't just assume the floor is gone or assume it's going to magically hold until the price actually closes and follows through. Support and resistance tests absolutely demand confirmation.
You don't jump just because the ceiling looks heavy. Now, looking at small caps, IWM is in this weird tug of war. I mean, it broke below its rising wedge, which is inherently bearish, but now it's bull flagging and actually holding that 50-day moving average.
Exactly. If IWM holds that average, the bulls have a solid foundation. But if that flag fails, well, the prior wedge breakdown becomes a much heavier weight.
Drop a comment and tell Grok Trade what stock you're watching or what market question you want covered this week. Your comments help shape future episodes around the charts viewers actually want us to review. And if these summaries help you stay sharp while markets sit near major decision points, hit the like button and subscribe so you can catch the next market update.
Yeah, and let's connect this equity tension to the macro picture because you might be wondering why we care about HYG, the high-yield corporate bond ETF. It has officially broken down from its symmetrical triangle.
Right, and HYG reflects risk appetite in credit markets since it tracks junk bonds. So HYG breaking down while SPY sits below key moving averages. That isn't just a coincidence, is it? I mean, that's a cross-market warning.
Oh, a major one. It's a warning worth respecting. If bond yields keep spiking and HYG keeps falling, that pressure bleeds straight into stocks.
Wow.
And we're seeing sudden macro shifts elsewhere, too. Look at CL, light crude oil futures. It dropped sharply on the news the U.S. scrapped plans for an upscaled attack.
Right. That headline risk just vanished, and now we have a clear resistance trend line forming.
Yeah, and the danger here is if price breaks back above that resistance, because, headline-driven markets can reverse just as violently as they drop.
For sure. But wait, I have to push back here on the macro data. We saw today's June durable goods orders come in at a terrible 0.3%.
Yeah, massively missing the 2.5% consensus.
Right. So if the economy is missing expectations that badly, shouldn't industrial metals like Southern copper be completely tanking right now? Why is SCCO just sitting wedged inside a large symmetrical triangle?
Well, it's a great question. SCCO isn't tanking because the market is just, paralyzed by indecision. I mean, the macro signal is overwhelmingly weak, sure, but traders are waiting for the technical chart levels to actually break before pricing in that failure. Technical chart levels are the primary focus today over macro signals.
Okay, that makes sense. And that same indecision is haunting crypto and precious metals too. Bitcoin is just ranging, really needing to hold its 20-day and 50-day moving averages.
Yeah, it's stuck right in the middle there.
Meanwhile, GC, gold futures, are hovering near $4,000, testing a resistance trend line to see if it can break and build momentum.
Right, and let's not forget SI, silver futures. I mean, it's quiet today, but it is vital to the broader metals picture and that SCCO chart we just talked about.
Definitely.
So with so many charts already at major technical decision points simultaneously, what happens when one finally gives way? This week really is a fresh restart, and we'll see if the rest follow like dominoes.
It really is a fresh restart with all these charts sitting right at the edge. Have a great rest of the day, and we'll catch you tomorrow as we track SPY, IWM, oil, HYG, Southern copper, Bitcoin, gold, silver, and whether these support and resistance tests start resolving with real follow-through. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you're a newer trader and want a great foundation with no fluff, start with their free Trading 101 videos at groktrade.com/learn. And if you're ready to reach your full trading potential, whether you're a total beginner or a battle-hardened trader, check out our mentorship program at groktrade.com/trading mentor. All of these links are in the description below. Grok Trade is where traders reach their full potential.